And to debrief the president's speech, I am joined by our international affairs editor, Shirli Sitbon. Shirli, thank you very much for joining us on the program. So a lot of things were mentioned in the president's speech. What were some of the highlights?
Well, you mentioned this new aircraft carrier. It will replace the Charles de Gaulle carrier, which is currently active, and it will start operating in 2038. And we heard Emmanuel Macron talking to the troop, addressing the troops, and when he addresses the troops, he actually talked about France's position and the fact that France wants its army not just to maintain its position in this crucial area of the world, but also expand the number of troops it has. He talked about the role of the troops in the Middle East, starting with United Arab Emirates, a crossroads region. He says that this is an area where world security, also terrorism, are being played out. Various rivalries, geopolitical, crucial events are happening in that area. And he talked about various operations that the French military have been carrying out in the region. For example, securing sea travel on the Red Sea. We've seen attacks from the Houthis against various ships, various vessels, and France and its allies have been battling against this, trying to make navigation as safe as possible. Also, they tried to contain the Islamic State group in Iraq and in Syria. Emmanuel Macron talked about the training that French forces have given to Iraqi troops so they can regain sovereignty over all of the Iraqi territory. He talked also about oil spills, the fact that French troops are deployed there, it can stop that. He talked about instability in the Middle East and the fact that French troops and others have helped, try and avert other attacks, other escalations in the region. So yes, very important situation. Also talking about the relations between Abu Dhabi and Paris, trying to make things as smooth as possible and fighting together various drug trafficking rings that are operating across the world. But he says that the French say that many of the leaders of those rings are based in the United Arab Emirates, and the French have been asking authorities to try and seize their properties and also to have them arrested.
Absolutely. And we heard in the speech as well that he said that just this year alone, the French military seized around 17 tons of drugs. So it's one of the reasons why he's actually in Abu Dhabi. It's one of the talking points with his counterpart about really securing Abu Dhabi's help in stopping that network of drug trafficking, isn't it?
Absolutely. And we've also seen, on top of that, and actually talked about with several of my colleagues about this, the fact that he mentioned from the beginning of his speech the commitment to the army. He talked about not just serving, not just sacrificing, but also the ultimate sacrifice of one's life. And we're talking about the fact that the chief of staff recently and now the president have been really putting the emphasis on the fact that, French soldiers have been really putting everything, and there are not enough of them, trying to enroll more people, get more of the French young people and also other European countries to enroll and to join the forces. Because, what comes in the back of this, Clémence, is the fact that there is a threat, and the European leaders have been saying that there is maybe not imminent, but there is a threat over there from now that there's, of course, for years the war in Ukraine, but the threat of a potential war with Russia is more important than in the past. And they've been trying to wake up perhaps some of the populations in Europe, trying to get people on board to join the forces and bolster forces. And that's why he made those announcements today and trying to show that France is really, and its leaders are behind its troops in trying to strengthen the troops across the world.
And a speech that comes just a couple of days before Christmas. The French president breaking bread, having a meal with the troops for the end-of-year holidays is not just something that President Macron does. It's a very important tradition within the French presidency, isn't it?
Yes, even talked about the fact that this bond with the soldiers goes all the way back to Louis XIV. But today, yes, it's a symbolic moment, but all the more symbolic when you think about the realities here in Europe and across the world. The French troops are here to stabilize the situation, secure areas. That's what he repeated again today.
Thank you very much for your insight. Shirli Sitbon, our international affairs editor.